This post-match review would be between Dalen as well as Jensenites. What I'm going to show is mainly their game 2 because it's goals galore. What I'm going to mainly focus on in this video would be their 16 goals. Yes, you hear it right. 16 goals by Dalen against Jensenites. I'm going to show all 16 goals by Dalen, and every single goal I will briefly go through it, and if there's any of the goals that's worth for me to highlight certain learning points, I'll definitely stop, rewind back and slow down some clips in order to explain certain movements, and from there hopefully you can learn. So do stick to the end of the video. Now without further ado, let's get things going. Now over here in the first goal, after about 1.5 minutes, it was a simple tap in goal. However, there were some key incidents happening within that few seconds, and I'm gonna try my best to explain. Now as the replay is being played back, now what happens was when the Dalen player had the ball, you can see right at the right screen, the referee was actually raising up his hand over here. Now, so what actually it means that Jensenites actually considered a too-many penalty, but the referee was giving a delayed penalty decision. Because Dalen still have ball possession, things play on, and therefore one pass and a tap-in goal. Now, since it was a goal, the referee just decided to call it, and Dalen got their first goal. Now moving on to the second goal, over here is basically clumsy play by the Jensenites player because he misplaced his pass before a quick interpassing by Dalen and a quick wrist shot goal by number 9. So in the playback, you can see that the Jensenite player actually secured the ball. However, with the Dalen player actually already covering the boards, I have no idea why he decided to make that pass. Maybe it was a deflected lob pass. However, things did not work out for Jensenites and it was a quick 2-0. Now moving on to the third goal. Now over here what happens was a quick counter attack. A little bit of a disputed call, I must say. I'll explain it again in slow-mo. So over here, Jensenites trying to pack the bodies. However, over here, a half counter attack, a good pass, and over here you can see that the Dalen and Jensenite player had a bit of bump against each other. The Jensenite player was being bumped off, leaving the Dalen a very simple tap in. You can see the Jensenite player at the far end calling the ref, saying why is there not a foul. However, as the ref played it, he said it was a 50-50 shoulder to shoulder challenge, so no call. So the third goal still stands. Over here, the fourth goal, I must say it's much careless man marking situation by Jensenites number 11. So as the play goes by, you can actually see from here, and I'm gonna stop soon. Pop, you can see his hands is out. So in his point of view, he might think or feel that yes, I'm taking the Dalen player. However, just a split second later, you can see his head, it was tilting towards the corner. That is where coaches will usually say, you are already ball watching. There's no way you are man marking. Now the alignment from the Jensenites player to the Dalen player is already off. Therefore, Dalen player moving to the back. It looks tough, but it is much easier than it looks. Coming to the fifth goal, again another corner free hit. What you see here, it's a good drag shot goal. However, as the replay comes, I'm gonna tell you about movements done well by Dalen and stop. Now player number 70 from Dalen. What he has done well is he cut it across from the left to right, and yet at the same time, if you see the two defenders, they are also cross running from left to right and right to left. Now if you see as the play progress, they basically collapse the defense as the defenders, or rather the Jensenites, were defending more or less in a man marking situation. No zonal, or rather very little zonal. Now with those run by those three, it actually left the defender free from the pass, and therefore the quick drag shot goal. Over here is another nice team goal. In fact, all 5 players had a touch from this. So, and in the coach's point of view, I love it because all 5 players were involved in this goal. Number 10 securing the ball, passing to his partner, a center pass and quick movement off down the boards, a good blindside run to a reshot goal. Over here is a quick counter attack. In the end, it was it almost looked like a 2v0 counter attack. It looks like a very simple goal. However, the key thing in mind was this: as Jensenites was attacking at the far end of the court, they only left one player or one defender back, which is fine and understandable because they were chasing the goals. However, you must take note of your transition defense after you lost your possession. So as they lost their possession, you can see that the 2 other so-called supporting cast of Jensenites were always trailing the play. The last defender made a commitment which failed, and therefore it looks like a 2v0 at the end. Off to the next goal, which is goal number 8. Over here, another careless mistake or pass by Jensenites, leaving Dalen a very easy goal. I'm just going to play using this screen now over here and stop. The goalie, actually theoretically speaking, have 5 options, right? Because you have 5 players to aim for. Now the player on his right is being covered very clearly by Dalen. The player on the left, initially it looks like there's an option, but as the play goes on, you can see that the Dalen player looks like he's covering the passing lane. Therefore, the goalie decided to roll it towards the player in the center, which is pretty much unorthodox. Now as the play goes by, everything is history. The player lost the ball, 1 pass, 1 shot. Maybe the goalie should have made another different decision. Now over here for their 8th goal, again it looks like very simple play for Dalen. However, as the replay comes back, certain explanation can be set in place. So what happened is over here, Jensenite lost their possession, right? Dalen got their possession back, and you can see that the 2 Jensenite player is looking to do a high press against the Dalen player. But what number 86, if I'm got it right, yep, he managed to dink the ball pass into the open space. You can see just tons of space before a simple pass and a simple slap shot. Now over here is another counter attacking situation. Nothing but net. Now as the play comes by, there's something that I want to explain, which is this: when 70 managed to intercept the ball, he had space in front of him. Look at his stick work. It's 2 hands forward, 1 hand back, 2 hands forward, 1 hand back, before a quick reshot and bam, goal. This is something that is very basic. It is a basic skill that it can be done and practiced, and once done it right, it can be done and executed very fast. Now over here again, another counter attacking situation, 2v1, an awkward goal at the end. However, it should have been a lot more easier, I must say. Now when he intercepted the goal, what he did right was he distributed the pass to his fellow right forward, so it caught the defender in no man's land. The right forward did a nice 1 pass back. Over here it should be a simple reshot. However, he was very good in terms of his adjustment to get the second shot in. Next to the 12th goal, over here, a simple pass and a half volley shot. So what happens is the Dalen and the Jensenite have this high ball situation where they were 50-50. Now, is this clean or not? I would say it's clean, and therefore the play managed to play on over here because the defender had his stick over there. Therefore, I suspect that is why the Dalen player decided to ding the ball up his blade in order to let the ball clear through, and therefore his forward partner need to volley shot. Over here, Jensenite had a bit of a half chance. However, again, play progresses, tons of space for Dalen, 1, 2, 3, and a simple reshot goal. Now over here, instead of talking of Dalen's good play, I would say it's more of Jensenite's fault, because you can see that these three are already high up in the pitch. However, in the middle, there's just simply no one. And as play progresses, you can also see that over here, Jensenite was doing a line change for their fifth defender, or the other defender. So Jensenite simply were in no man's land, giving Dalen tons of space and easy goals. Again, over here, a misplaced pass, and you can see again tons of space for the number 9 to dribble before he decided to take him upon himself to drag shot and score. So over here for this goal, what I want to talk about is number 9's technique. I'm just going to slow things down. Please take a look at the black line that he is dribbling along. The ball is basically just dribbling along a black line. However, at a certain point, pop, over here, I'm going to reverse back. He was just dribbling forward, a change of footwork before he switch it up. A good technique, getting ready for the drag shot. This is a technique, a skill by itself that you ought to learn as well. Now the next goal is a nice, I would say, trio team goal. You can see 1, 2, and another reshot goal. So what the Dalen player have done well over here, let's show the half shot first before the ball get ricochet off here, and bam, as I slow it down, he controlled the ball while looking up at the same time. It is an invaluable skill because you are giving yourself at least about 1 second or 1.5 seconds to decide which is your passing option. The receiver, on the other hand, instead of taking a shot, a good nice receive before another reverse pass, and therefore the simple reshot goal. Now over here for their last goal of the day is another team goal. Receiving a pass, tons of space, blindside shot. Now as the replay comes, I just want to talk mainly on player 86 on what he has, player 87 on what he has done well. So over here he has received the ball, but I'm going to rewind it back. Before receiving the ball, what he did well was this over here. At this point of time, he is actually out of the passing lane. His defender could not pass to him, and thus he made the extra effort to give that passing lane available. So this is when the passing lane is available. The next thing that he did was even better. So his simple awareness that when he is about to receive the ball, there is also tons of space in front of him. So I'm just going to let the play. You will see that him touching the ball first time and running it through so that he can push the ball high up the pitch quicker than the defender to recover from him. And therefore, that is it. 16-2 at the end of the game. Dalen managed to win 2-0 from this playoffs matchup, and they proceed on to the semi-finals. Now, I hope this video you managed to learn and pick up a few things. When you look at highlights, it's just very much easy to just spot the goals by itself. But if you be able to track back a few plays, a few seconds before the goal that's being done, you can actually learn and pick up certain hints or certain learning points that's done by different players, and hopefully you can apply it to the game. But moving forward, another video that I've also done is between Innebandy and Tazsilian. That game is totally different, where there were actually four red cards being dished out by the same pair of referees. So over there you should actually do check it out as well, because there's also ample learning points that's very different from this game. So I'll see you in that video.